Rome's greatest defeat. This is a tale of bravery, betrayal, and ultimate horror. It is a story of one of the greatest battles in ancient history. Welcome to the channel. Today we will discuss Rome's greatest defeat in the shadows of Germania. A cold fog rises over Germania. The year is 9 AD. The dense, rain-soaked forests of Germania whisper ancient secrets. Towering oaks and twisted pines cast long shadows over narrow Roman roads. Legions march in rhythmic order, unaware that death lurks just beyond the tree line. Publius Quinctilius Varus, governor of Germania and commander of 3 Roman legions, leads the slow-moving column. Behind him trail approximately 20,000 Roman soldiers, camp followers, and supply carts. They believe they are on a peaceful mission to settle unrest among local tribes. They could not be more wrong. Among them rides a trusted Roman officer, Arminius, a Germanic noble by birth, but raised in Rome as a hostage. He speaks fluent Latin. He wears the Roman cloak. He knows their tactics, and he is about to betray everything he has learned. Rome's chosen barbarian. Who was Arminius? His tale is one of the most compelling in all of history. A man torn between 2 worlds, 2 cultures, 2 sets of loyalties. Born into a Germanic tribe in 3 BC, he was taken to Rome at age 8, a pawn in his father's failed rebellion against the rising Roman eagle. In Rome, he excelled, learning their language, customs, even military tactics. He fought alongside Roman auxiliaries, proving his valor. When his father died, word reached Rome of another uprising among the Germanic tribes. Augustus called Arminius back to Germania, trusting him to quell the unrest. This is how the stage was set for betrayal. Arminius, leader of the Cherushi tribe, had served under the Roman eagle with distinction. Emperor Augustus himself believed him loyal. Varus trusted him like a son. But Arminius has spent years sowing seeds of rebellion, secretly uniting the Germanic tribes in the shadows. He tells Varus of a minor tribal revolt to the north. A lie. Varus, overconfident and unprepared, leads his legions off the secure Roman roads and into the belly of the dark forest. As the legions march deeper, the forest closes in. Rain turns roads into rivers of mud. Carts get stuck. Formations break. The terrain is unfamiliar and terrifying. The mighty Roman war machine becomes a lumbering, vulnerable beast. The ambush unleashed. And then it begins. A horn blast pierces the mist. From the trees, thousands of Germanic warriors erupt. Arrows, javelins, and axes rain down. Chaos explodes. The Romans are caught off guard, strung out in a long line, unable to regroup. Germanic warriors vanish into the trees after each strike, reappearing with brutal precision. The legions try to form defensive circles, but the mud and thick brush break their discipline. Thunder cracks above. The gods are silent. Arminius, riding with the attackers, watches former comrades fall with cold resolve. What was life like in Germania? Germania was a land of dense forests, rolling hills, and scattered settlements. It was home to hundreds of tribes, each fiercely independent. Life was harsh, ruled by the seasons and the dangers of the wild. The tribes were expert hunters and gatherers, but as Rome approached, some began to farm and trade. Despite their differences, the tribes shared a love for freedom and a deep connection to the land. This unity would soon play a pivotal role in their fight against Rome. Day after day, death comes. What followed was 3 days of unrelenting terror. Each night, the Romans tried to regroup, only to face more attacks by dawn. Supplies dwindled. Horses collapsed. Wounded men were left behind. Varus, realizing the hopelessness, took his own life with his sword. Roman standards were seized, trampled, or hidden. Captured officers were tortured, some sacrificed to pagan gods. Survivors fled in small groups, only to be hunted down. Of the nearly 20,000 Romans who entered the forest, almost none returned. Germania had struck a blow for the ages, a testament to courage and unity. The forests fell silent, the echoes of battle replaced by the whispers of the wind through the trees. Victory had come at a cost. Lives were lost, families torn apart. But the spirit of resistance burned bright. Germania had shown Rome that even the mightiest of empires could be challenged, that the thirst for freedom was a powerful motivator. As the smoke cleared and the bodies were laid to rest, the people of Germania emerged from the shadows, their faces grim, their spirits unbroken. They had won a battle, but the war for independence had just begun. Aftermath. Back in Rome, news of the disaster spread slowly. Witnesses say Augustus wandered the palace halls screaming, "Varus, give me back my legions." It was a blow unlike any Rome had suffered in centuries. Never before had entire legions been wiped out in a single ambush. The emperor was beside himself with grief and rage. The Senate, however, saw opportunity. If Germania was too costly to subdue, perhaps it was better to abandon it. The Rhine River became Rome's hard boundary for generations. The loss of the legions devastated Rome, but it also changed the course of history. It forced Rome to confront its limits, to recognize that even an empire could be defeated. It was a lesson in humility, a reminder that no victory was guaranteed. In the aftermath, Rome sent legions to Teutoburg to find survivors and retrieve treasure. Many didn't come back. Even Caesar Augustus conceded the forest held too much power. The losses were too great. Rome had to pull back. Yet despite this defeat, Rome wasn't broken. They would go on to rule for centuries. The lessons of Teutoburg were not lost on them. New strategies were formed, new alliances forged. Rome proved adaptable. The Teutoburg defeat was a scar on Rome's proud history, but it did not define it. But what happened to Arminius? Arminius, the mastermind of the ambush, did not live long in peace. Tribal politics and rivalries soon caught up. He was assassinated by his own kin in 21 AD. Rome, meanwhile, spent decades seeking revenge, but they never reclaimed the lost lands of Teutoburg. His name faded in time, but the battle he orchestrated echoed for millennia. When Rome fell centuries later, many would look back to Teutoburg as the first true crack in the marble of empire. Who do you think is responsible for the defeat of Rome? Share your thoughts below. Was it Arminius's betrayal, Varus's overconfidence, or Rome's underestimation of Germania? Let us know your thoughts. Like always, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give us a big thumbs up and leave us some feedback. We've got lots of videos coming your way, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.